Welcome to Mailware Multi-Channel Manager. This section covers inventory management. To access your products, click the Inventory button on the main menu. The product screen is very detailed. We'll go over several fields. First is the product number, which can be a barcode, the UPC off a package if you like. Mailware works with barcodes anywhere in the program. A name field, which is especially handy for long product names, load listings to eBay, which usually have very long names, etc. A 150 character short description and an unlimited length long description. There's also an order message field that your operators see when taking orders. It can remind them to upsell, cross-sell, special notes, etc. You can assign a primary supplier to the product. There's also multiple suppliers, which we'll show you in a moment. And you can set up types and categorize your products by types. Types work with filtering at the order level with reports to tell you what product types are selling, etc. Subproducts is covered in a separate tutorial. That's for unlimited options like size, color, etc. And that allows you to have pull downs for each of those and find them quickly. You can have up to 4 price levels in Mailware. Each price level can have its own quantity discounts. And those quantity discounts can be shared across products that share the same mix and match code. So if you were to purchase 2 Autumn 001s and 3 Autumn 002s, you'd still get the 5-point break because they share this code. Any product can be tax exempt. We keep track of the weight, and this is out to decimal. There's a calculator to help you pop that in if you don't know the decimals for ounces. And you can specify a ship extra charge on a product if you want that added to the order, and we can track your cost for reporting purposes. You can also specify if it ships in its own box, and if you want to calculate insurance, which can be set up in preferences. For our European and other foreign customers, we have VAT percentages, and that's for adding VAT to any individual item. If you don't need to see this, you can turn that off in preferences. Under stock levels, you can keep track of your quantities. It can be as simple as keeping track of the number in stock, or you can use our multiple locations feature. With multiple locations, you can specify different locations for your product and how many you have. So in this case, for instance, we chose warehouse 1, or we could have chosen warehouse 3, bin 10, or whichever location is appropriate. You set up as many as you like or need. And then in that particular location, the number in stock, and you can set a preference. The preference means that when you take an order, Mailware will try to pull from your first preference first. If it doesn't have stock, it'll move to the second one, and so on. However, at the individual item level order entry, you can change that. So if you wanted to pull it from warehouse 3, bin 12, even though you had available in warehouse 1, you could override it. In this case, we have 2 warehouses. You can also specify a location as a drop shipper or multiple drop shippers. These are vendors that are in the Mailware database that drop ship for you. And you can either indicate a number in stock, or you can specify that's non-inventory, but make sure you set it as drop ship. Mailware can create drop ship purchase orders that go directly to the vendor and break by vendor name and give the customers mailing address, etc. for sending the package. We'll cover drop ship in a separate tutorial because it's rather detailed. Once you set your locations, Mailware will show you the total of those locations here in the in-stock field. Any product can be set to non-inventory, meaning you don't keep track of quantities at all, making this irrelevant. That's good for messages, blow-ins, promotional flyers, packing materials, etc. You can also specify an item as just always drop ship and bypass the multiple locations because it will use the primary shipper on the first tab. Any product can be discontinued, and if you do that, you probably want to select Do Not Allow Back Orders as well. That way, once it sells down to 0, it won't allow it to back order. You can also do substitutions. Substitutions allow you to substitute a product with a different product in your inventory, if it's out of stock or if it's discontinued, and you could opt to prompt the operator or not. We have a Customize field where you can specify details about the product, and when you take an order, this will show up at the item level. It also prints by default below the product number on the invoice, although you can place it anywhere you like. You can create this message here and then edit it to order entry, or just leave it blank and put something new in order entry by hand. This is good for instructions, personalization like monograms, etc. So whatever's appropriate at the item level. The Extras button is exactly that. It lets you keep extra information. A bin number if you're not using our multiple locations. These are custom fields that can be renamed, and they also show up in the product search and can be searched on. So they can be very useful for unique fields that you may have for your products. Keep track of an ISBN if you sell books, a separate UPC if you don't use it as the product number, the manufacturer's ID, and if you're not using multiple suppliers, you can put the primary supplier's product number, description, and price here. When you create a PO, you order by your own product number, but it prints the supplier's product number on the PO and then yours in small print below it, so they know what to pull and send you. If you do out of the U.S. sales, we also keep track of duty percent, currencies, tariff, etc. Any product can be serialized. Serial numbers are applied at order entry or at fulfillment so that you make sure that the product that goes out is assigned to a proper serial number, and that way you can also track RMAs, which is a separate tutorial. You can generate gift certificates. Any product can be a gift certificate, and when you create it, you would optionally select a prefix and a suffix and some sort of code length, and then we'll randomly create that code length out of numbers, letters, or both. When you sell a gift certificate, you can either print it as a physical certificate that goes to the customer, or you can give it to them as a code. Mailware will track the redemption of those gift certificates, including in part. Any product can be listed as being on our product Mailware web, which is our front end. This can also be used for other stores. However, our MCM product is more appropriate for that. That's our multi-channel manager, and we'll cover that in another tutorial. And any product can be set up for a subscription basis. Subscription products are products that you may mail out on a regular basis, weekly or monthly, like a Book of the Month Club, and what day and duration that they go. And various things can be set up here, like email notifications to customers that they're about to expire, that they have expired, that they have one left, that it is expired now and they won't be receiving any more, etc., to remind them to renew. You can specify for any product when you get down to a certain level how many more you want to order and what your order price is for that, including any quantity discounts that may be available from your vendor. We will keep track for you of ones that are on order from your vendor and when to expect them, including ones that are on back order. So your order entry reps can tell customers, we don't have any now, but we're expecting 26 on a certain date. We keep track of standard cost and average cost by default. Standard cost is a set price for valuation of your inventory. Average cost is a weighted average based on your received inventory as it comes in. LIFO and FIFO are also available. Any product can be an assembly or a kit. In this case, Autumn 002 has a price of $50 and is made up of a vase, some florist foam, and you'd probably want to add some flowers, additional items to it. These additional items you can change the quantity on. You can specify that they do not stack on the price. So in this case, the price will remain $50. Or you can use a price level. Either enter a dollar amount here or say use current. And you can do that for each of the price levels. So in the case of the retail, it would be $50. In the case of the wholesale, it's the $40 price that we have here, plus the current price for each one of these items. And Mailware will keep track of your costs so you know if you can sell your product for the available price that you're asking. Suppliers can be as many as you like for a product and stored in the Suppliers tab. And this is where you can consolidate information we've seen scattered elsewhere for the primary supplier, which you don't need to use. You can do everything here. So this could be your primary supplier. There's the supplier's product number, the supplier's price, how they sell, the unit of measure, so if you buy by the case, their description, etc. And you can select between these suppliers when ordering on purchase orders, etc. Products can have attachments. This can be images, PDF files, Word docs, etc., which can be opened in their native program. You can have as many pictures and Word docs, etc., as you like here. You can also upload images to your web store, which we'll cover briefly in the multi-channel manager tutorial. Multi-channel manager is where we will find things like Amazon, Xcart, Zencart, Delusion, Magento, etc. And that concludes the inventory management section.